Hello, chats. We are live. I know the thing doesn't or the descriptor is not updated. Um, so I'll have to do that later. I don't have OBS perfectly set up yet. Also, what's Jenny's BNet? Maybe I have to. Oh, I have to go into docs, drives, team insight. Okay, Jenny, that's Discord tag. Okay, there's their BNet. Copy, cancel, friends, add friend, send. Okay, we should be good there. Cancel. Alright, invite. There we go. Okay, chat, we're a little slightly delayed on start. That's just me being last minute setting things up too. Okay. Wait, where'd you go? Wait, Thomas, did you
I
leave?
cracked my loot boxes.
Oh, nice. Yes. Okay, I think it's so it's really interesting with how Overwatch is done. Like now, it feel like you said, yes, it does feel like Overwatch 2 because we have the perks. It's a changing things up, and then it's interesting that some of the perks are from Overwatch 1, and then they brought boxes back from Overwatch 1, so it seems like they're just basically merging Overwatch 2 to Overwatch 1 into like this uh Overwatch
Definitely, like,
2.2.
yeah, I don't know. It seems like they had a lot of weird conditions when creating Overwatch
Mhm.
2, so I'm sure if the team had some more time, we would have gotten
Yeah.
closer to what they were probably hoping to get.
Mhm. Oh, if you want to know the map, I can send you a quick photo. Um, copy image, hit you in the DMs. There you go. So, Izanami, they'll be picking from control. They either get Antarctic, Ilias, or Samoa. Oh, that's the other thing. This season we decided to do a map poll. So Keegs Monswag, he's helping me with like the brackets and the pool, to map pool to pick from. Because he said it feels more structured, more
Yeah,
quote professional. Okay, they want Antarctica. Okay, Antarctic. All right. So then, hello kitties. Your hero band. So I saw that there was one for Overwatch. I forget what the name was. But they were doing also like map bans too, which I thought was quite interesting. And I didn't really want to do map bans because it seemed like a very long, arduous, like one team bans, the next team bans until you boil it down to one map left.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's kind of an interesting thought. And then supposedly Overwatch is gonna also set up oh yeah, 'cause they brought freaking 6v6 back in competitive. Okay, they banned
Yeah.
Sombra. And then they're gonna do hero bans, which is really exciting. Alright, so we take Freya off and then Sombra. Izanami. You're here, man. So Izanami's doing really well this season. They've won 2 of their matches. They're going up against they're going up. So Hello Kitties is the season 5. They placed 3rd place. So they're going up with some good competitor. All right, they banned Doomfist. Also, the bans are kind of interesting for people to try to. I like the added strategy.
I think it opens up a lot, especially like if there's strategies that you know your team is like, if you don't have a strong hit scan player, you don't want to play against the far mercy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely can make a can help round out your team strategy a bit.
Yeah. Alright, so they want dog. Yucatan. Lady. Lady. Scala. And Luisio. Blue spec only. Let's see. Oh, also for this season, we're only interviewing one person from the team. Did I do that right? I didn't do that right. Blue spec only. Okay, done. I think we're good. Alright, I'm gonna hit them with the R. And then I need to update the chat thing for Izanami. Watch now. Okay, guys, I know I gotta update the title. I'm updating it right now. Izanami versus Hello Kitties. Done. Sweet. All right. So we got an R from Hello Kitties. Oh yes, by the way, I'm Mighty L. I'll let you introduce yourself, my co-caster.
Yeah, I'm Tom. I've been casting. I don't even remember this since a few seasons ago with this organization, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm be back again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tom is a very goated caster. I'm very happy that you came back for this season, even though your team is not here, Warrior Cats. You.
Warrior cats are taking a
Yeah.
winter hibernation.
Yeah. My favorite. Let's see. Where is it?
Antarctic Peninsula. I'm curious. What have you been seeing a lot in the first few weeks here? Is there
So this is. I've been seeing a lot of like brawl and then brawl hybrids. So like it's either a brawl poke or a brawl dive, meaning that like I'll see people with like a Rhine and a tracer, or for the brawl poke I'll see like Ram, Sojourn, Ash, and then hero bands. It's kind of been whatever the teams think. Oh God, this person's a carry. Yeah, but
yeah,
I.
do they just
Uh-huh.
do they ban before
Ye
each map? They get one hero. Each team gets
yes,
one hero ban.
yes. So the way the hero bans work is team one will ban a hero, and then team two can only ban the other roles that are left. So like if team one bans tank, then team two can only ban a support or a DPS.
Definitely some interesting comps coming out here.
Yeah, so this is what I mean by like a slight brawl poke from Izanami, because you have the
Really
Sojourn
early
who can
pick there
take a
from
nice.
the Ash.
Oh yeah,
Up on
Meek's
high ground.
great pick.
Yeah, tough to contest that. The Ryan no verticality to get there,
but
just catch
dog
him, trying to
turd.
drop and really get back to his team here. Hook coming in there, shield's really low. The Ryan needs to be careful. Good lamp coming out though.
Great lamp from Stella. Stella's.
Both teams just fighting a little bit for control this high.
I mean, they're even.
Cat pressure, yeah. Trying to get forward, hook blocks. They're gonna send the Genji down to contest this Lucio
Oh, and
now.
Lady gets Evo, which is fantastic for Izanami.
No Zen is gonna make it much more difficult to pressure this Rhine. Both
And
teams a little all over the place. Trying to catch this Genji in the backline, and they are able to get him.
Yeah,
Make its hook, he'll be fine. Lamp coming out as well.
Yeah. I mean, good job on Luisio marking that Genji. I mean, it's basically one of the supports to mark the flankers, and typically the Lucio character.
Alright, we got Izanami here.
Yeah, so Izanami's on the left right now. Oh shoot, you know what? People are yelling at me in chat. I'm so sorry, chat. I know. I fucking forgot to swap it over. Don't worry, chat. It's only the first fight that y'all missed out on.
Got the cat from Izanami here.
Yeah, great percentage. We're already at 25. And
Low ground gonna deny a lot of this space, but the troopers are pushing into this. The Mantra kind of just playing around this pillar to deny the line of sight.
yeah, I like the
Now
swap
it's
over to Ram over Hog.
Yeah, I think knowing that it's going to be tough to get hooks off through the big Rhine shield, just go ahead and swap them early. Especially now with perks, I think, you know, you don't...
Yeah.
Oh, nice shatter.
Great
You're
shatter,
gonna
but
catch two,
the
Tran's going to come in.
great
They
trade.
will finish Meeks through it, however. Blade going to come out in response, trying to catch this Sojourn, getting her really low, not quite able to get the finish though. Still hunting for it. She's so weak. He's going to come now, but the Genji will trade out. He's fighting hard at this point. Zenyatta needs to be careful, he's really in there.
Zen's like front lining like a tank.
So weak. Blizzard is going to catch this ram.
Great freeze from Lady.
Health. Oh, but the beam coming in, going to keep the ram alive and keep Hello Kitties in this fight.
Yep, and then Meeks is able to kill off the Lucio from Izanami. It looks like it's forcing them back.
Able to get this flip though, and Izanami is coming back, which means the percentage is still building in this favor. High overclock from this high ground is going to be scary as well.
Yeah, great pick
is up
from
there
Yuki.
contesting it. Both DPS really low up there. Tanks just pounding on each other on point.
Another good lamp coming out from Skella, saving dog turds.
Yeah, especially when you're facing like the kind of consistent damage of like the Rhine and the Ram, it's really easy to time those lamps because you're not getting a lot of burst like you might fear from some other heroes. You're able to get those lamps down with plenty of time to spare. But yeah, it looks like Hello Kitties kind of came back in that fight, but never managed to flip the point.
No, and
ended
like
up giving a huge percentage over to Izanami.
Yeah, it's hard to say if they like staggered it because they did have I think they had a pretty good regroup from Hello Kitties, but I know this is one of those maps like if your team doesn't do a hard reset and then push back, the next thing you know, it's like, oh wait, it's 74% and we still haven't capped. So maybe they were tripling too much.
I think sometimes it's hard to tell because they were winning that fight. I mean, like that fight came down to the wire over and over again. But sometimes it's like you have to acknowledge like, okay, even though this fight is like maybe gonna go in our favor, maybe not. Like we need to take one consistent fight rather than like super long fights and just giving up big chunks of percentage.
Right.
Junkrat coming in here, shooting into this.
I love Junkrat spam. Junkrat moment.
A lot of damage. Early form here forced out. Gonna make it tough to walk in here. Gonna have to give up that high ground space. Now Izanami in a really good position here. Have the Sojourn set up. They are gonna be able to find Ginny.
Yes. Good poke.
Izanami now looking to rotate on the cord. Taka? A bit out of position here. Trying to get that point capture, but is able to get back to his team.
But Dog Turds is down, and you know if you're down your tank on this comp from Izanami, you just have to back up. Maybe sell the point as long as possible, but like play safer now.
But yeah, losing the tank there's gonna be big. The lamp just outside the spot. Ram now walking in on that Lucio. Gonna be looking for the Mei as well. Gonna force that ice block. Skella now falling weak to the Junkrat. The Rhine is back here. That'll contest, and the flip not quite coming in. It's so close.
No, it's so close, but
Izanami's still in control of the point now, and they have the Rhine with full shield ready to stall here on point.
Right. Oh, and Yuki gets a good pick off of Jenny.
As well. Oh, but they walk off for just a second, and now it flips
over.
Hello Kitties, so they are building up the percentage. That Sojourn Disruptor building up, and the charge is going to be able to finish off Taka.
Yeah, Yucatan finding good 2 picks. And Yuki already has their ult, which will be a great opener for next fight. It seems like for ult advantage, Izanami is in a much higher favor.
Yeah, Izanami, a lot of ults working here. Basically everything but beats. They're gonna want to try and go early here because Hello Kitties is close to a few. Gonna want to see that overclock come out
but the
soon.
pick off of
Skella
Skella
getting picked is gonna make things really difficult. Blizzard to follow up, just try and stall this out a little bit. They do split off the Ram. He's chasing the backline. Meanwhile, Riot is diving into theirs. Both teams trading out
Dog Turd seems a little too.
Charges into the Rhine trap is gonna be an unfortunate end, and that'll give Hello Kitties the point. But just Blizzard used for the signs is Izanami, so a huge ult bank over there. But Hello Kitties also has 5. So I suspect they're going to see a big dump here from both teams.
Now Dog Turds can like shield off the Ramatra's ult and cancel it, so if the team is stacking pretty well, or the Lucio kites them back so it stops the Ramatra. I mean, teams are ult tracking. This is you can still cap it pretty easily. I like the rotation.
Yeah, I don't like Hello Kitties giving up this high ground, this overclock. A really good shield there from the Ramatra, gonna deny some of that value. Shatter gonna come out
great
fighting
shatter
huge in the
from-
backline. Dog turds going crazy back there.
Yeah.
Beat committed, maybe a little overkill, but the team coming out nice and healthy with a cap, and now they're pushing up to 75%.
Yeah. Oh, now
They
we
did
have.
invest everything there from Izanami. That
They
was
did.
4 ults.
4 ults for 2 ults.
Yeah, Hello Kitties is gonna have a big advantage coming in here with these ults. They need to be careful not to overspend themselves here. You do not want to be caught with no ults here. Oh, but a really nice early pick from Ginny there. It's gonna be a great opening for them.
And Skella's
Rotating
kind of
out
out
the
of
high
position.
ground. Skella needs to be careful. The Ryan's a little split off from the team. Skella's still half. Gonna be forced to lamp himself.
Yeah,
The
Bob-
beam down onto the point. Dog turns antied weak. Gonna be able to finish by the Ramacha here. Ramacha chasing the Lucio. Gonna find it as well.
That was a great
That's a nice
nade.
fight win. 2 ults. They still got the Riptire in the bank, and Izanami not close to anything after a really, really fast fight.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have to play slow, just to build ults, or play off of like the Mei wall in order to catch someone out of position.
Yeah, this is tough to be walking in here with no ults into this spammy team comp. You got to worry about a lot of poke damage coming through. It's like they're just taking their time gathering their resources. They're gonna speed boost in now, trying to just take a little bit of the space.
Yeah.
They
They're gonna
want to
force
rotate on
main.
this high ground, but Ram form is gonna come out, make it a little bit scary to walk. Now Tire coming in, is gonna force them back out.
Great
Nice
job,
fire
Dog
sweep from
Turd.
Dog Turd, gonna take it down. Lamp comes out, they're able to keep Dog Turds up. Lady Bastion getting a little weak. They're able to heal it up, but now point percentage getting really low. And Yukitan falling now. Dog Turd's trying to walk to point, but there's so much damage coming in and not enough healing.
Yeah.
Falling there.
And May's gotta touch the point, hold it as long as possible. But too much going on.
Yeah, they had a really big lead there for Izanami, but I think unfortunately just over-ulted that fight.
Yeah.
They had the window and the overclock able to be cut off by a really good shield from Toka. And that's two ults basically just out of the fight.
Just
they were able to
negated.
get that shatter in, which kind of won them the fight, but then the beat afterwards was probably a little bit overkill as well. That they really would have wanted back for the next fight. And then once your team is on a full ult cycle, it's really tough to win those neutral fights.
Catch back, yeah. Well, and we saw that Evo swapped over to Ana, and I think those nades really helped.
Yeah, the nades were definitely hitting. It seemed like every time a nade went out, Dog Turds ended up antied. How many times will I have to say Dog Turds tonight?
Probably several. In Discord, I'm pretty sure it's Dr.
Actually,
Dog
we're gonna mirror the Junkrat here.
Okay. Interesting. I like it. I mean, Junk is good at breaking shields.
I mean, yeah, when they're walking down these long hallways, Ram form is gonna get some early damage, and Yucatan needs to be careful.
Ooh,
Yes,
a little out of
sliding in there a
position.
little bit into the Ramatra form. That's gonna be Izanami forced to back up. They were getting a little pressured on point, tried to slide back to the team, but unfortunately not much safety there either.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fast cap for Hello Kitties.
A fast and it's a clean cap too. What didn't seem too sloppy. I think losing Yucatan like right away hurt Izanami.
Yeah, Izanami just choosing not to give any more ult percentage, not to try and take a fight where you know you're starting off at a huge disadvantage, just backing up a little bit. Now looking to engage here.
Trap is out.
But look at the spam on this bridge.
So...
Dog Turds immediately falling super weak, force the drop.
Yeah, forcing the lamp
the
out.
Junkrat in full effect here on this bridge. They're having a tough time. They do manage to rotate the point, but now the Junkrat in behind them.
I like the flank.
Two off angles, so they do get the cap here. But now you're in trouble because you're taking spam from 2 off angles.
Right. Ooh,
Dog
but great pick
just
from
holding
Yucatan.
shield on point. Yeah, the Ram ult now ults. Yeah, not able
that's
to
tough.
Yeah, get the flip, but not able to secure the kind of position you need to enable holding the point afterwards.
Right. And it's really hard to, in that moment to like kite out of Ramatra when you're just like all in the middle of it.
Yeah, not much you're able to do when he's draining off 5 of your teammates. There's not a ton of options for you.
Yeah. Now Skella has window, which. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty good.
To try and get this window early, but the rotation a little bit slow.
Yeah. It's a little scary too.
He's gonna get the pin off the map. Really nice play there by Dog Turds.
But
the tire
three
fight
from
3 in the back.
Yeah.
Ginny completely turning that
Oh my
fight
gosh,
with a
that's like a
complete
4K right
4K.
there. Yeah, Skella's like, you're not gonna kill me. No 5K for you. Smart
Yeah, and
tactical
now,
jumping
I
off.
mean, Izanami has a big ult bank, but Hello
Hmm.
Kitties has a lot to respond with.
Yeah,
They'll have the Bob
Bob
and then
is
those
scary.
portals
Juno
coming
ult is
online.
terrifying. I mean, Ana Nano.
Yeah, Izanami needs to go fast here.
Yeah.
Running in here, trying to get on this Ash. Coach gun
Yeah.
forced. Daft
Windows
window on
on
point. He's gonna buy
point.
them a
Not
lot of
bad.
space. Bob right through that though. And the Ram doing a lot in the
Yeah.
back line.
Ooh.
Shatter not gonna
Shatter the
find much. Just
Bob.
get Bob down. A nice beat to keep the Ryan up. But Dog Turn's still really low. They're trying to chunk down this Ash.
Yeah. The Juno
Portals.
ult to hold point.
Oh,
That's a great Juno ult. And great nade
really
coming out
deep.
from
And
Ana.
now Ginny on the flank.
Yeah.
Kind of just combining in with a pincer maneuver with
Yeah.
Tuka. And that's going to be the round for Hello Kitties.
Mm.
I think really nice adaptation there. They found that like Izanami was doing a lot of just running at them. They're able to play a comp with the Ramatra that's able to just like, okay, you can't run at me, and then my team is just gonna kind of spam you out as you do, and they're able to completely turn that around after losing the first point.
Yeah, I think swapping off of Hog was really
Look at
good.
the target prio there.
Yeah, that
Really
is
nice swap
very
for that.
nice.
I know I know I'm certainly guilty of just punching
Yeah.
the tank over and over again
Yeah.
when you got a big
Object.
target like that.
Object. Is it was object permanency if it's in front of
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you see the big man and you shoot the big man.
Well, and then Ryan. So I feel like Ryan is in a weaker state, and the swap from Hog to Ramatra is really good because Ram just punches through shields. Um.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Rhine really doesn't want to end up in a tank battle with the Ramatra. The Rhine really
Mhm.
like he's gonna shine when he's getting in on those squishies, and the
Mhm.
squishies are just playing so far back that like they're just kind of getting spammed, and it's like okay, well if you try
Mhm.
and walk through the Ramatra, he's just gonna kind of punch out your backline as well. So it makes it a
Yeah.
really tough choice. You got to be rotating super clean
Mhm.
against a team like that to be able to get on that backline and make full use of that Rhine.
Yeah, and Izanami, they were doing some. I like some of the rotations for sure. I just also think, like you noted in game, Hello Kitties were able to get lots of different angles on Izanami.
Yeah, I think the rotation coast I really liked. I love as a support player, like whenever I'm playing BAP, I love calling the long rotate so I can get the long angle on window. But it looked
Mhm.
like they were maybe debating that a bit as a team there, and then it gave time for Hello Kitties to kind of counter rotate and meet
Mhm.
them as they were walking out, and they
Yep.
weren't able to secure that long angle and make use of that window like they wanted to.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, my mama's heading to bed. I'll be on. You can continue to talk, or I can put us on break. I think Izanami's still waiting to. Uh. uh
Oops, sorry, you cut out a bit there. What'd you say?
Oh, my mom's getting ready for bed, so I'm gonna put it on the bio break. If someone asks where I'm at, I'm just helping my mom, so I'll be there in a moment. So,
Yeah, no worries. I can run
okay.
lobby.
Oh, right there's fine. Mhm.
We got King's Row coming out
Okay.
for Izanami.
Yeah, I'll help you. Do you want to ask? So Hello Kitties will get first ban, and then Izanami will get second ban. Thank you. Mhm. There you go. Move up just a little more. You're sitting on this. Can you move up just a bit more? Okay. I know. Yep. Yep, there we go. Can you move up just a bit more? Perfect. Right there. Yep. Perfect. Yep. Alright. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. You're very welcome. Yeah. Yeah, he's a cutie. Mhm. Yeah. Right. Oh, thank you. Move over just a bit more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Move. There you go. Good job. Okay. Is your pillow comfortable? Okay. There you go. Got your blankets. Yeah, I'll grab you one. Okay. Gotta grab my mom a tissue and I'll be right back. Okay. Here's your tissue for your nose. You're very welcome. Are you comfortable? Okay. So, that's fine. That'll be good work for you then. Okay. Well, I love you. Good night. Oh, thank you, Mama. Hope you sleep well. Oh, yep, your shoes are right next to you. Right here. Okay? Yep. Okay. Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Okay. The matriarch is comfortable and asleep. Okay. We're back, chat. Thanks for your patience. All right.
Alrighty, we got bands in, and they need a hero swap.
Okay. So, Herd Scrims, Row, Classic. So, Kings is definitely... Kings and Icon are the one that I'm seeing get picked the most. I don't think anyone's picked Midtown, lol. Don't blame them. And then they
I'm
want...
a fan of the Midtown. I'm a fan of the
Yeah?
Midtown.
You
As
are?
actually one
Okay.
of the playing on teams I like to call in Midtown. I feel like I don't know. I think sometimes like especially if you have teams that have been together for a long time, like you've played on Kings Row probably 100 times more than you've played on Midtown. So maybe we'll catch you out and see if you're a little out of practice on the new maps.
Yeah? True. Okay, they want Ram. Oh, Ram and Soj. Okay, Ram and Soj heroes for us are all...
Yeah, the Ram is definitely going
I think
to.
that's a
I mean, I
good...
think the Ram ban seemed pretty obvious for Izanami,
Uh-huh.
especially if they
Yeah.
want to run that Reinhardt comp. It's gonna
Yeah.
force Hello Kitties to either mirror the Reinhardt or go a in the brawl, maybe something that isn't quite as just a straight up counter to Ram, something more like an Orisa or a Junker Queen or something like that. I think if they wanted to just kind of direct 1-to-1, I think probably Orisa is the one that does a lot of the same stuff Ram does. She kind of likes holding. She can hold her own space really well and kind of makes it difficult for other teams to walk just straight into her.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they like to do here. But they could also just completely switch it up and say, hey, like we're not super comfortable taking the brawl matchup if we can't have the tank advantage. Maybe we'll try something else and go for more of a poke or a dive or something like that.
And I understand why Hello Kitties decided to ban Sojourn, because Yucatan is quite deadly on that
In
hero.
general, it's just kind of busted.
Yeah, that's it. Have you played the new hero? Uh,
I did.
yeah.
Freya, I think
Also
was a
kind
lot
of
of fun.
busted too.
Yeah, definitely. definitely a lot to get used to. The muscle memory needed to took a few games to feel like I wasn't stumbling over myself.
Yeah.
Because you really want to kind of fluidly be connecting the dashes and the right clicks and different stuff. But yeah, she seems like she's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see her next season.
Yeah, we're going up against. Oh, I gotta find. What did I do? Sometimes I like throw around logos and I have to. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I found that with the new hero, because all their movement ability, or all their abilities are movement, that you have to be really mechanically strong at the character to
Yeah,
get the
definitely.
value. Okay. Okay, Evos are R. Okay, looks like we have R's all on board, and I am on the correct screen this time. Chat.
Now
Super host.
NA host sometimes, but this go around. Thank you. Oh yeah, before we start, I wanted to play this because that's why I was like, oh, Warrior Cats aren't here this season, but
gotta get a meow in there.
That's so beautiful.
We got the Hello Kitties carrying on the kitten power.
Yeah. Ooh, me when I watch LFGS. Hello Kitties. Meeks. Nice. Hello.
Ready.
Yeah, I think Hello Kitties are the only cats this season. Okay, I don't know how much you've been keeping tabs on players, but Freakwatch now has their own org, and so they have Freakwatch Alpha, Omega, and Sigma, which I think is really cool.
Wow.
So they've definitely expanded since last season, and I think that's it's really awesome to see.
Yeah, it's great problem to have more more players than you can fit on one roster. It's always nice to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely way different comps.
Yeah.
Out here.
Well, it looks like we're still keeping the Zen from Evo.
And Ginny gonna be on the Zarya here. It'll be interesting to see how much value they're able to get. It's kind of all reliant on. I mean, of course, Zarya is reliant on kind of what they're shooting, but the discipline to be able to kind of run past her and does she use her bubbles to save her teammate or kind of force the pressure. It's really going to be a lot on Ginny here. Also worth noting, Ginny moved over to the tank here on this map.
Yeah, so the
bubble on.
Oh, and Evo already gets
Juno, a little split here. Good rotation through Hotel. Torp turret going to be shooting down from high ground. Ginny a little away from those this team, but still doing a good job of forcing them out. Yucatan raining in the Widow shots. Yeah. Evo caught out here on point, not gonna be able to get away from that.
Yeah.
It's looking like Hello Kitties is having a hard time kind of rotating back onto this point.
Katie looking at Torb. I like this.
Ginny is building up this charge though. High charge Zarya is a scary thing no matter what, but not a lot of bubbles available, and Ginny getting really low, trying to get back to over where the Torb are in this position than Mega.
Oh, great play.
Yeah, Midi getting split there at the beginning. The bubble was able to keep him alive, but the team got a little discombobulated with that rotation, I think.
Yeah, because you had half the team like in the room, and then like in the mega room, and the other half were like just on point. So like Torb, Juno were split from the core of Zen and Meeks and Jenny.
Yeah, and now Izanami able to take a lot of space early here. Not going to have to worry about that first choke. Going to be able to kind of cruise up to this first corner.
I do like the swap to Ashe off of Widow. I think Ashe will have more consistent output damage. So Gravis put out already. I like the wall.
Lamp behind this Rhine shield's going to make it tough to find any finishes. The aggressive Widow.
Good window
really
fire
nice
strike right through.
Going to catch both the Zarya and the finish off the Torb. And
good
Izanami
tempo.
Kind of rolling through on this map.
Another great fire strike from Dog Turd.
The Zarya is getting a high charge, but it looks like they're not quite able to convert it to a lot.
The team can chase
this. A great job of
potentially?
playing as a team. Yeah, Ginny did not want to die here. You got that high charge. But yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be last touch here. I mean, if they lose this fight, they're gonna potentially be rolling into third with a massive time back.
Right, and I mean, Izanami has like 3 ults on board, 3 I like the,
get the shatter into Ginny.
Oh,
but
but
the
we
charge
missed the
doesn't quite
charge.
hit.
Oh, a little too
Nice
excited.
gonna keep her
Yeah.
healthy, but are they even able to touch? They do
Good.
end up finding the kill.
Yeah. Great wall
Despite
coming
the
out.
weird charge hitbox.
Yeah. I like Katie's walls. I think those are very, very nice to secure that kill.
The scariest thing on Zarya. I think on Zarya you have to have a really good idea of exactly how far you can get away from your team and kind of how far you can extend from that corner. And having a Zarya Mei wall can really screw that up. And you getting aggressive here, trying to get that bubble charge.
Right.
But Stella and Yucatan on this high ground controlling so much space. Ray's gonna come in, they're gonna try and push them off cart here.
Yeah, they gotta kite that Juno ult.
They're able to find that Rhine. But Skella and Yucatan both up on this high ground.
Yeah. I think they should reset, yeah. I think that was a good play from Izanami to reset. Now, I thought Doobie was gonna potentially match the Juno ult for Juno ult, but it looks like Izanami will have Juno ult to engage and or window. Or maybe Juno ult can potentially save them from the grab that Ginny has.
Yeah, looking like Ginny wants to get an early grab here. They have the Torb hiding up top for a little.
Here comes the grab.
For action afterwards. They are going to get it a little bit onto there, but not a ton finding the way onto the team. It's going to force them to back up a little bit, but not exactly what you want to get for 2 ults.
Yeah, 2 ults for just burning off Lamb.
Yeah, Izanami going to be rolling in hard here. A lot of ults to work with. That's the ring going to be coming out here. They're walking in fast. Tuka getting caught out. He's up in the air from the Bob charge. Not going to quite be able to finish off a really nice bubble there from Ginny. But Evo needs to back up. They're able to get this regroup. Only trading out the Bobs.
Yep. Ooh, we're still holding on to the Juno. I really...
Now some ults starting to come out here from Izanami, but just the Blizzard so far. A nice bubble going to keep Tuka alive. Each team trading out a member. Dog Turd's really low here, gonna be forced to back up. Ginny beaming down, super high energy on the Zarya.
Right.
Team's not quite able to get there. Yucatan getting the best of the other Ashe.
I want to see one of the supports pop their ult. I think Izanami's been holding their ult for a little bit too long. There we go.
Here you go. Your wish is answered. Beam comes in and a big shatter, gonna catch 2. That's going to be a really tough advantage. They're going to need some great stall if they're able to make anything here. The Ana going to have to touch on this right side, but the Mei already set up the wallet.
Katie sees it already.
Yeah, Evo going to be finished off pretty quick here. Doom's going to try and get there to touch, but not even going to make it, and that is a dominant offense from Izanami there.
Yeah, over 2 minutes. I think they could have capped it sooner. So if you saw, Skella still had their ult. As bad.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree with you. I think they were a little passive on their support ult usage there. I think they could have gotten a bit more aggressive with it. But it is also hard to argue with a 2-minute 38-second time bank.
Yeah, but yes, the time bank is really nice. But also like Hello Kitties, because Izanami capped it with over 5 minutes, so that means Hello Kitties were able to hold them off for half of that time bank.
Yeah, Hello Kitty is able to avoid a complete disaster there, able to stabilize at least a little bit. Sometimes when you lose those first 2 points right away, it is tough to get your footing back on the third, so able to put at least a little bit of a defense there you got to be happy with. But yeah, something is going to need to change here. I wonder if we'll see a different tank come out, or I wonder if they'll try to adapt their current strategy, because it didn't seem like they were able to find the answer they were looking for against this Rhine comp.
And it was interesting to see that Hello Kitties was basically matching the comp from Izanami, because you saw the Ashe matchup and then the Juno along with. But it looks...
The Juno able to pump out so much healing while providing that speed ring is super good in the brawl comps.
Yeah. And we see a Bastion. I always find it interesting when people play Bastion. Now Jenny's gonna stay on the Zarya.
Life Weaver. Okay, no. Life Weaver bait. Life Weaver bait. They will get the Bastion here. See if they can just shred through that Rhine shield with the Zarya bubbles. But it is definitely a tough game to play. You got to walk a very fine line between committing in on this Reinhardt while maintaining cooldowns. But Izanami has a lot of cooldowns to worry about. They got to worry about the Zarya bubbles. They got to worry about the Bastion form. They got to worry about the Ana nades. So it's really gonna come down to how effectively Hello Kitties can use these cooldowns. Actually, they're gonna swap over to the Winston here.
Oh, interesting pick. There's not really much to dive for though, right?
Gonna make the Rhine feel a little silly just sitting on low ground. A really nice nade gonna force a complete back off from Izanami there.
But the Ana's caught off though, like great wall from
Ana
KD.
getting greedy, rotating through that hotel, gonna get walled off there from KD Honor.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Winston able to control this high ground, forcing them onto this low ground, but it's gonna now it's like, okay, how do we solve the rest of this equation here?
Now it looks like Hello Kitty
low, but the ice block forced. A little bit out of position here. We'll see if they can capitalize.
You can get the good pick off of the support line from Hello Kitties. I mean, Hello Kitties.
Winston's a little scary.
Yeah.
He's able to get out.
I don't think Winston's gonna work because Winston's the only one diving in. Everyone else is basically a poke comp.
I think they really need to rotate this top right high ground. You really want to position your DPS to where they can follow up on whoever this Winston is going on back in that choke.
Right.
Winston a little cut off in this choke.
Yeah.
Bit of an awkward rotation here. Able to get up on Yucatan here.
Yeah.
Getting really low.
Ooh,
lamp
great
first.
lamp from Skella.
Able to get out. Now shielding off dog turns, but the pain is going to be disastrous. Ginny not going to be able to escape that. Bashanol coming in. But once again, it's the worst ult in the game, and I'll never forgive this for hurting it.
Yeah. Though, there's a perk now where Bastion you can move around like you did in Overwatch 1.
Much better.
That's true. I do love using the rocket form. I think it's very fun.
Yeah, now Izanami's almost at 5 ults here, and Hello Kitties is just barely.
On the Winston here. Let's see if that opens up a lot of space for them. They're gonna
good shatter, Juno ult coming in.
And then with the Juno ult.
Yeah, Winston just has to disengage.
Able to escape that,
yeah,
but they're able to find the rest of them anyway.
Ooh, Yucatan wins these? Yep.
Yeah, they really got to
only
rotate
burned 2 ults.
high ground. I don't think they're going to have any success just trying to walk main against it. There's just too many barriers between them and finding much pressure. They're going to switch over onto the Zarya now.
Back onto Zarya.
On the main. But now, with these really late swaps left on the clock, you are giving up your perks, so your team actually has 4 less perks.
Yeah. Well, if they play slow enough, so Midi almost has their Juno ult. They can definitely walk with Juno and hopefully cap the point that way.
Yeah, the Juno ult, you do have to be worried about this blizzard or this window just completely smoking it though.
Yeah.
Trying to rotate around the statue here, now getting into a position with
but clean pick.
And finding the pick on the Midi though. Juno finally rotating up to this high ground. Let's see if they're able to get pressure. Meek's here as well. Gonna get the Bob to shoot down on points.
But the Zarya... Yeah, I think the Zarya rotation is
their high ground is gonna be really dangerous. It's gonna force both DPS to completely back off.
Yeah,
I
like the positioning.
Go kind of out the open here. He's able to pick up a kill, but the team's so split now. Ginny is in a really aggressive position, looking to beam down.
Forces out Cryo. Blitz is out. Good lamp.
Ginny does have the bubble available. Now we get the beam coming down here.
Probably kite through this, yeah.
Hello Kitties if they can stay alive during it. Able to find the picks here.
Yeah.
And it was a little all over the place, but they are able to convert this into a fight win.
I think what Izanami should have done is the moment they saw the Juno ult, I mean Hello Kitty hadn't fully capped, you just kite back and let them take like another tick and then re-engage after the Juno ult dissipates.
Yeah, honestly, I think the bomb on that high ground was really well placed. I think they needed to get aggressive there. Ginny was in a really good position. I think let's see, does she have the... No, she does not have the Zarya jumping perk, which means she just rotated through that big room.
All by herself, yeah, without without the Juno to speed her around. It was just a nice, I guess, Zarya can right click to jump a little faster.
Yeah, not much mobility with the big grab perk. Yucatan getting into the pick here. See if they can convert this momentum. They're gonna try and raid their spawn here.
Yeah, no, this is just a disengage. Fight's lost here. Good ult from Doobie.
Rage just to clean that all up. Do have the grab available here, but not much to combo with it.
Yeah. I think if Evo hadn't gotten picked off right away on on the initial fight, they might have been able to trank that Juno ult and survive.
Yeah, tough when you lose a healer that early.
Yeah.
Ginny now gonna have to work back up and charge, and that's the other hard thing about Zarya. Is when you're losing these fights over and over again, it's really hard to maintain high charge. A flank grab gonna catch 3.
Yeah, nice high ground
Good
drop.
lamp around the side though. And they basically flip the map. Chatter gonna catch the Bastion, but he's gonna be able to get out of it. They do lose
Not bad. It's pretty even, but they still have the Baptiste, and I mean, Bap can definitely hold their own.
Yeah,
To
map is now
support a team.
completely been flipped.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little awkward when Meeks gets back to the fight here.
Yeah.
Bob now in the
I get
middle
a
of the
little
fight.
confused. Oh, and great pick off of
Meeks
Jenny.
just showed up and is where's the rest of my team?
Yeah.
As
Oh.
Izanami awkwardly in the middle of everything here.
The Skella does get picked off, but it seems like if one support's down, the other support is still alive, which is great. So I mean, a Juno can also just self-sustain a whole entire team.
Yeah, with the Juno and the BAP, you really you can kind of get away with one if you lose one early in the fight.
Yeah.
Pretty much only Mei ult available here. Bastion ult's gonna be available if you consider that Thrash ability.
Maybe. Oh, and I think with this fight, I think Meeks will have Bob in time.
Gonna wall off that Bastion pressure. It's really gonna come down to the Blizzard. On overtime, it can be absolutely crucial, but Ginny does have both bubbles available.
Right.
Burn one here, try and get a little bit of charge. Not gonna find much, which means they have to decide whether they want to save one for the Blizzard or try and get more charge here. Looks like they're gonna play it pretty passive. Ryan now getting out of them, they're gonna burn
Bastion
here.
on the
Blizzard
stairs.
now in. That's gonna zone a lot. They use the bubbles.
Oh, and great zoning from the freeze. Forces the team to back up.
I think Kitty played that really smart, waiting to see those bubbles come out, and then you immediately can commit the Blizzard.
Yeah.
You kind of got to decide, okay, am I saving myself or one of my teammates? And then in the chaos, they're just caught a little off cart.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at this quick. I mean,
oh, and the 1v1 win?
Yeah. Yucatan, they tried. They tried their best to like bully Yucatan, but she was able to just hold that high ground. I mean, Ashe has one of the perks is the knockback is even more aggressive. So, good job on that surviving.
Yeah, that's gonna take us to 1-1.
Yes, it will. All right, so hello Kitties, your map pick. Yeah, I think Hello Kitties just couldn't figure out what kind of.
It's the Banner Hero first.
And it will be Izanami.
First. Because I almost wonder if, you know, if I'm Hello Kitties, like, if when I have first ban, I wonder if, even if you don't want to ban, you know, if you don't want to ban Reinhardt, if you just ban a tank so they can't ban Ramatra. Because it seems like you really had it figured out there with the Ram comp, and I'd be a little scared going back into it without the Ramatra pick here.
Yeah, and I didn't see them go back onto the Hog, which, I mean, honestly, Reinhardt can negate a lot of the damage output. So, like, Nade can be blocked with Shield, Dynamite can be blocked with Shield, Ryan negates Zarya charge with Shield. So it was just.
Yeah, the Ryan doing a good job just kind of walling everything out, eating a lot of the cooldowns, and without that, you know, without something really easy to pressure him, they tried to do the Bastion, but it's tough to get Bastion at an angle to really put a lot of pressure on that Ryan without just kind of fully committing your team in.
Yeah. Ooh, Superfly Homeboy says Sir Tom needs to get on camera. Rip Warrior Cats. So if I were Izanami, who would I want to ban? Maybe they're Ashe. Maybe Zen. I could see Zen as a nice ban because I mean Zen's probably the only one that can like
the backline you're not really making use of. Because it seems like both teams are like in the BAP, like in the Juno. So maybe if you're scared of the Ana was getting a lot of antis, maybe you just don't want to deal with that. I mean, in theory, Ryan's good at blocking them, but I know as Reinhardt, I miss anti catches all the time.
Same. Okay. Ooh, they want to ban Zarya. You know, I understand that ban. Ooh, we do get a camera. Hello. Okay, I will say you're never obligated to be on camera, but it's nice to see you.
I've been effectively bullied.
And I see the sweet cat in the background, the picture from you.
We do have a picture of the cat.
Heck yeah. I could also see like since it is Servasa, points tick down really quick. So banning like a mobility hero like Juno or Lucio, so it makes it harder to get to point.
Yeah, if you're worried about a different kind of comp coming out here. Okay, so it's gonna be Zarya.
Mhm.
That's interesting. I mean, you're thinking maybe like
I
that's what they were going to afterwards, and maybe you're
yeah.
worried they're close to turning the corner with it. So
Well,
just get ahead of it with the ban.
right, and it also seems like we haven't really seen. We saw a little bit of Winston, but like I don't think Winston was the problem. It's like if you're gonna swap to Winston, I think the entirety of Hello Kitties needed to swap their comp to synergize with Winston. Um, and I think that's why it didn't work out.
I'm interested that they're not
Nay.
banning the Ramatra again.
Oh, so that's the other thing with bans. Once a team bans a hero, they can't ban it twice. So like
Ah,
yeah, so if
okay.
Izanami bans Ramatra, then Hello Kitties can ban Ramatra, but Izanami can't ban that hero again for the rest of the
Okay, so that does
tournament.
make sense. Okay, then I
Mhm.
then I think the Zarya ban makes sense because if
Mhm.
I'm Izanami, the thing I'm most most worried about is them banning the Reinhardt because that kind of seems to be what their whole strategy is about.
Mhm.
So getting in a tank ban so that they're not able to ban the Reinhardt away from
It's
them, I think does
smart.
make sense.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And the Mei ban is going to slow down that comp a lot. The Mei was doing
Mhm.
a lot to make the Zarya a lot of scared. So I think
Mhm.
the being able to keep something in that Rhine range is definitely a bit scary.
Mhm. Okay, so we swap this one and swap this one. Call it good. All right, now we get them for the R question mark. Yeah, I'm gonna guess Yucatan's gonna go Sojourn because this is a nice like off-angle map to get picks from.
Oh yeah.
Hmm
I don't know that there's a map in the game that Sojourn isn't good on.
Good on, true, true.
Sojourn is
Pretty
a tad
fire.
tad busted. Definitely strong.
hmm
Got some very strong perks in
hmm
season 15.
Yeah, I haven't gone through all the perks, and so swapped over. I don't know if I think was it last season was I tank or support? I don't remember, but regardless, I'm no longer a tank player. I now am a support player, and in comp
Welcome.
yeah, it's been great. I love it. Oh yeah, I was playing for Izanami as their dive tank, and I got really, really burned out on the role itself, and I found myself just not playing the game. So I was like, okay, what do I need to do? And I was like, let's let's do a role swap, and I did, and I've never looked back. Yeah, it's a great life.
Tank is a lot. Tank is a lot.
Yeah,
I
I
you know
commend
I,
it.
I always respect the tanks because they
Mhm.
put a lot on their shoulders during the game.
True.
Uh
But who am I supposed
normally
to
you
swap?
gotta.
Doobie for Lucio. Oh, wait, does that?
Especially because a lot of times tank is also responsible for the IGL calls, so you gotta
Mhm.
kind of coordinate the whole team, and then tank is you're shielding off the front line or going on the back line or just taking space,
Mhm.
exerting pressure. It's a lot of vague terms for doing a bit of everything.
Oh, okay, it should be. So we have Dog, Yuki, KD, Skella, Lucio. Okay, I think I did that right. Let's see. So we have Dog, Yuki, KD, Skella, Lucio. Okay, great. 2K?
That
2K.
sounds. I'm not sure how to.
Toke? I've heard that if we say it with enough confidence, to Toka.
Toka.
Toka. Hmm.
That's pretty close.
It's from, oh, Tokyo Ghoul. Ah, must be an anime character. Alright.
Kids in their anime these days.
Mm-hmm. Oh, anime is beautiful. It covers all genres.
Initiating match.
Okay.
I suspect we'll see the Ramatra come back out here,
Yes.
especially with the Zarya ban, because
Mm-hmm.
that's their second favorite answer.
Yes. Alright. Alright, Chad, I promise I'm swapping over. I did a little bit NA hosting on the lobby swaps, but I got it. Yeah, okay, we see, so I feel like there's a lot more
Ooh.
diversity coming off of Hello Kitties, and this is the first time we get to see dog turds on the Queen. I know Queen is good for this map. She does have to be careful in rotations, because you don't want to get poked out on Queen.
Queen, definitely interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I wonder if this is almost a sort of pre-counter pick, knowing that they're going to be back on that Ramatra, not wanting to take that Rhine matchup, and saying, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to go on that Queen, we're going to play a little bit more spread out, we're going to be able to do stuff that we couldn't get away with on this Rhine comp,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the Magon as well. It seems
Yeah.
like they're able to kind of switch to a different version of this poke. And they're able to get there first.
Yeah.
No speed
No
on the side of Hello
Mhm.
Kitties. So they're able to get this first point control, and it's tough walking through these chokes on the Junkrats. We'll see how they would do it. Meek's poking on this right side, a little weak. That does have Kiriko with him though. They're able to catch behind Dogther. It's getting a little low here, but the cap coming out faster is not.
Right, but everybody's super low in Izanami. They just gotta stabilize a little bit, which they do good. But they're all just kind of fighting a point. And, oh, great trap.
Gonna catch him with a trap, and that's gonna be a finish. Both teams down one, but down your tank is gonna be really harmful for Izanami. Looking for the finish on this Lucio, trying to hit projectiles on the frog can be tough.
Yes. The great Lucio is almost unkillable. Look at this stall. Was 44% already?
Just evading away from this Ramatra and this Junkrat.
Oh,
I mean, they just
finally
got
gets
their
it.
team like a free 20%. Queen's able to get back, but you're not going to want to take this down so many, so they're going to back out. But I think they'll be pretty happy with a 54%.
Yep. And it looks like everyone still has no ult, so it's going to be a little bit slower fight. But Skella is going to have their coalescence before Evo, which will be huge to sustain in the middle of a fight.
We do see this Tracer kind of coming in on this back angle here. Gonna provide some off-angle pressure a little bit. Gonna force the Kiriko and the Cassidy's attention here. Bell coming out really early as well. It's gonna open stuff up a lot for the fight. Tire available, a little bit difficult to use in the middle of the fight, but they are gonna find
even
it.
trade.
They trade out each other with the ults, but now the Coalescence online. Gonna let Dog Turds run on in here. Gonna try and get in this Kiriko. Bell Force is gonna make her really squishy. Both healers super weak here for Hello Kitties.
Yes, Ramatra
all gonna
pops
come
her
out
out.
for the sustain, punching into a lot. Tire's gonna come on in here. Now he's super weak.
No.
Toka just trying to stay alive. The Kiriko is healing him from back now. And Hello Kitty's backline was able to stabilize that. They both got really weak, but Izanami not quite able to get the finishes, and they're gonna get the cap and have a nice ult lead going into second point here.
Yeah. I think that was really good ult cycling from Hello Kitties, and also Midi like not dying that fight was super crucial.
Yeah, they got the Kiriko and the Moira, both hard to kill, both very evasive, a lot of tools to stay alive. So gonna try and cut down on some early picks here. And they have this point control early. With no speed, they were still able to get here just as fast. But the Queen able to get a knife on a Meeks. And really weak, the Coalescence forced out to keep him out. And now Toka looking to get in on that, and Dogturd's falling again before the fight. Not gonna save him quite fine.
Yeah, Beat's just a second too late for Dogturds, and it's just gonna have to be a backup for Izanami. And they only, Hello Kitty's only expended one ult, so we see a rush with Noon, potentially. Oh, the blood clot. Oh, that always feels bad when you die to a Moira orb.
We see both teams get into their first perks now. We'll see if that's able to change anything up here. Dogturds is gonna match the Ramatra now.
Yeah.
So gonna see a bit of a switch up here.
I think that's better. I think Queen is really tough. Especially into like a heavy poke.
A lot of value with those knives, and yeah, that heavy poke makes it a little scary to peek.
Lamp is already expended.
Dogturd's weak. Castiel pulled really quick. Junkrat getting super weak, and again Toka just able to kind of annihilate. It looks like Izanami
Oh,
not able to get a lot of pressure on Toka
no,
right now.
unfortunately not. And
The map
Yuki
are a little tighter here. I think Yucatan's having a little more trouble finding these off
off
angles.
angles. Well, and the Moira Evo's doing a good job at like basically marking where Yucatan's trying to off angle.
Izanami not going to get a touch here.
Mm.
That's going to be a nice 2-0 lead for Hello Kitties going to third point
Yeah.
here.
Now
As both teams rotate
yeah, and both
across
teams
these
have the
long
tire.
flashpoint maps.
So we'll see who has the best tire. So far, Jenny's gotten to
Ginny
pull
going
off
back on the
3.
scary Joker roll. The emerald gun.
Yes.
But KD finding the
Oh,
Joker
good
at
pick
pick
off of
first.
Evo.
Let's see if they elect to even take this fight now down a healer. Looks
I
like
could
they're just
see
gonna
them.
try and go for the ult charge.
They could
Maybe
chill.
try the tire. That is gonna
Force
be the
on
tire
ult.
coming out. Not gonna find anything. Big tank health pool gonna keep him healthy there. Katie needs to be careful, a little close to the team here. But now you see like Yucatan looking to work this off angle on the high ground. They're gonna slide over, has the overclock available.
Yeah, and Jenny's looking to spamming some damage, trying to figure out
the
window
window
tire.
here. They need to be using it soon.
Oh, coalescence out.
80 falling really low, window coming out, beat gonna keep
Oh,
everyone
I like
alive,
the
and they need
beat,
to
the
find
window
some offensive
too.
pressure here. The window gonna try and take down this Ramatra, tire not coming out over the, could be dangerous.
Ooh, and gets
Is
two.
gonna find 2 here. That could be enough to turn it Kitty really low though, and that's their only healer available. Oh no, Evo is alive on the
Evo's
side here.
alive, but just barely.
On the crazy Moira flank, so I should have known.
Yeah.
And that is gonna be a fight win here for Hello Kitties. Or excuse me, I had my things mixed up.
Oh, no, you are right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, that is
you're right. Yeah.
Sorry, Izanami had the first cap there.
Yeah, Yeah.
Mixed up.
No, you good. Yeah, so it looks like Meeks and Midi will have their ult by the time the next fight is fully in.
Aggressive here, but the high noon gonna force a bit of a back off here. Carry ult's gonna give them a
Ooh,
lot of
and
space.
Lucio a little out of position,
And
a
Lucio.
little too early.
It's gonna start getting dangerous. You need to either commit now or get out of this fight. You cannot afford to stagger here with the point getting so high. This is their
Doctor
point.
just needs to die and just reset. Yep.
Yeah, KD needs to get out. Getting staggered here would be so bad. I think he is. No, he's not gonna catch the wave. That is gonna confirm last fight here, and KD might even be a little late to it.
Yeah.
These points tick up so fast. They're gonna have to come in fast here.
Someone's gotta have to have the touch, and I think maybe Luiso's gonna have to have the touch.
They need to get here soon.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be a Lucio touch through upper. The Ramatra
Ooh,
just
great
desperately
jump.
trying to walk there. They're barely able to get the touch.
No.
This is gonna be a tough fight to come back from.
Yeah. No, that's just a clean fight from Hello Kitties.
Yeah, that stagger. I think you just have to commit. As soon as you lose one there, you just have to commit to the fight, or just call a full retreat. Because getting caught, I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot of time, but that like 10 seconds on flashpoint is just it's like half the point.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Hello Kitties taking a 2-1 lead in the series, able to go back to the Ramatra. Even though we didn't see the Rhine come out from Izanami, they're having trouble dealing with the big toe.
Oh my, yeah. Toa should definitely endorse their support players. Like, my goodness, they are putting in work. That was Evo
the healing
and
play of the game.
Yeah.
And the finishes. Beautiful. I love it.
All right, so we have Izanami, you are. Oh wait, actually, let me ask. Bio break. Anyone? Yeah, it looked like Hello Kitties just kind of struggled to get picks. Like they would cap it first, and then I guess like recapping is also kind of difficult too. Okay, they want a bio break, so we will be back at. Okay, so 9:10 p.m. EST. Alright, so now this is a bio break for anyone to go get water or whatever. So the maps we're looking at are Circuit, Dorado, and Shambali. We haven't seen any dive from either. I mean, well, we saw a Winston, but I wouldn't call that a dive. I mean, Winston dove on the ash, but that was about it. So, I think both teams seem pretty brawl heavy. So I could see Shambali being the map pick. for Izanami.
It'll be interesting to see. I think Circuit's kind of the wild card. We haven't really seen any. We've seen the Junkrat, which you play in Poke, but I'm not sure you'd want to play
Mhm.
the Junkrat on Circuit.
Mhm.
Um, I
Well, we
mean,
see
we've seen
Junk. We've seen
teams that
Ash
they
as
look
well.
comfortable on the Ash. Yeah, both
Yeah.
teams look very comfortable on that Ash. So I could definitely see that being a bit of a wild card pick here.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think Shambali probably the most likely option here.
Mhm. Yeah, and I feel like Ram can definitely be played on both Circuit and Jambali quite easily because Ram doesn't
Got the
have that like.
home field advantage on Shambali.
Yeah. Mhm. That's true. Oh yeah, it is his home turf. His ends in, and we've seen Evo plays in.
True.
Yeah.
The double home field advantage might be
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Mhm. Now I know Izanami they do. We did see a little bit of the Widow, but then swap over to Ash. So if they do pick Circuit, Yucatan will be on that Widow. Um, it's just hard to see what they would go for next because most of the tanks that were played for Izanami have been just straight brawl. With the Queen, the Ram, and the Reinhardt.
So we have seen a few. We've seen two different tanks for Hello Kitties. So I
Mhm.
mean, maybe they also maybe if they have someone more comfortable on like the Sigma or something like that, maybe we would see a swap from either time here if they want to take it to that map.
Yeah. Yeah. I personally want to see Dorado. I love dive. I'm biased, so like I said, I swapped over to support, and comp I mainly play Ana. Like almost 80-90% of the games. The times I don't play Ana is because my other support has picked it, and then I'll do something else to support them. But like in scrims, I will play Ana, Juno,
Oh my God,
Lucio.
you are not
hmm
joking.
Yeah,
17 hours on Ana.
yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
else over 30 minutes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, let me show you chat.
I'm on the grind.
Yeah, yeah, I've been, yeah. See, when did I swap over to support? Oh,
I favor the Ana, but not quite that hard.
yeah, yeah. For a little bit, I was on a Lucio grind, and that was really fun. But I found that like Ana is probably just my favorite, and
Ana with the perks is
it's
really strong.
so nice. Yeah.
The bouncy nade and
Mhm.
groggy I think are two of the best perks in the entire game.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, season 13, I played 22 hours of Ana, so I'm getting there for this season. But yeah, I do still want to place my tank and DPS so I don't have to do them later on because it's one of those like if you don't place it now, down the road you're gonna have to, and it can sometimes feel kind of icky having to play 20 games in order to to place.
Yeah, so it's a
Mhm.
bit of legwork at the beginning of the season to get everything back in
Mhm.
place.
Yeah, yeah. And I know that well, for LFGS, we definitely one way to make sure people aren't quote smurfing or whatnot is having everyone place their roles. It's always difficult to figure out like um do we force them all to place their roles or do we force them to play more games on the role that they're going to play? Um, because you can't 100% prevent people from potentially
Yeah, you gotta
rank
find the middle ground between
uh-huh
putting a barrier in place, but also making it not
not miserable.
over encumbering on everyone else.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw one tournament where they're like, yeah, you gotta win 50 games on the role you're playing, and I'm like, oh my
I don't think I'd
god.
ever be able to play.
Yeah. All right, let's see. It's 9:10, so let's see if people are back. Mm-hmm. Leave back chat. Mm. So how's your Overwatch journey going so far? Um,
Oh man,
mm,
I was grinding a bit at the beginning of season 15.
mm-hmm.
I've actually been been on the open queue grind.
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
I'm trying to get
Nice.
placed in the top 500 open queue because it's so
Heck yeah.
low.
So yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, the
So I need like let's see, I need 7 more wins. No,
Heck
8 more
yeah.
wins, and then I can claim my top 500 open
500?
queue challenger.
Nice, nice. I know that's what PSI is grinding for that as well. They're currently Diamond 2 in open queue. Uh,
And then they switched it up. They moved it to 6v6 on me. Now I can't play goats.
yeah. Though
My
there will
glorious
be a GOATS
goats.
iteration, I'm pretty
I
sure
will be
for this
playing that for
season. Uh-huh.
sure.
Okay, our map pick is Circuit. Okay, they do go
All right,
Circuit.
so we are gonna see the circuit pick.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I'm kind of not surprised not seeing Dorado because both teams don't seem like a dive specialist.
Dorado can definitely. I think you need very
Mhm.
like strong rotations on Dorado. There's a lot of parts on the map where you can just kind of get stuck at. Especially, I'm sure I mean, anyone who's played a little bit of comp on Dorado has noticed that like sometimes you're on Dorado and you're just like, what is going on? Like,
Mhm.
why can we not walk through this doorway?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you could definitely find some pain points on Dorado for sure.
Mhm. Ooh, they're banning the Widow. Oh,
The Widow ban on
no.
circuit.
No Widow 1v1s. Dang. Too scared. The Widow. I remember there was a team. Is that legal? So true. Wait, did I? Who did? Yeah, okay. No, that was Winston. Oops. Oh wait. Sometimes I like misclick the wrong character because it's not like every other shade. So I actually just clicked off of Winston. Okay. Leave the lobby. Let's see. Izanami, your hero again. Yeah. So I guess your alternate. Well, usually people will play like a Hanzo, a Sombra. They could go. They could attempt a dive, but
It'll
the
be
season.
definitely interesting to see. We'll
Yeah.
probably. I mean, if you're filling that in, probably you're gonna see like an Ash and a Sojourn maybe.
Mhm.
It just depends, I think, a bit on what the teams are comfortable on. I think May is often underrated in kind of the poke v poke because you
Mm.
can use the wall to kind of cut off sight lines, and also typically the poke characters are not great at rotating, so they're really stuck on those walls if you're able to get close
Mhm.
enough to place them.
Yeah. Yeah. So the season champion from last season. Man, I can't believe the name escapes me. That I'm gonna have to cheat and look at Discord. But I remember there was a widow. I don't. I think it was you and I casting. We saw the widow like literally flanking at the spawn door of first point, and we were like, "Oh my god, look at this widow! Just nonchalant backline shooting the enemy team."
Widows
Mhm.
are a different breed.
Mhm.
They're man, I don't know. Some of those widow players, I'm not sure what's going on through their heads, but
Mhm. They gotta get creative. All right. So we have a Kiriko band.
here it go, man.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. Okay, it's Fusion Academy. Nice, nice. Yes, yes. There's a Fusion Academy Widow player that was pretty crazy. Okay, I want to make sure I did it correct. All right, we hit them with an R. Okay. Yeah. All right, Hello Kitties are ready. All right, chill. Let me swap it over. I'm gonna be interested to see what. Oh yeah, they want. Oh yeah. Okay, cool, cool. T1.
Yeah,
All right,
seeing a
I
bit of
forgot.
a personnel swap
Yeah,
for the
dog and
Pokemon pick.
KD. So, move, dog, move. KD. And we have Doobie and Lady. Red spec only. Red spec only. Okay, now we hit the R. I think it's nice having. So both teams, there's like a team insights where basically you can see what roles players have selected, and both Izanami and Hello Kitties, they're all flexing roles, so they all can swap to whichever tank, support, DPS. So no one's locked in to a certain role, which I think is nice to have that flexibility and versatility on a team.
Yeah, especially if you have someone, you know, just missing the week, or you're down a player, you know. Maybe you need people to mix around roles a little bit. It's nice to have the room as a coach to be able to flex around and still get a little creative with the lineup or what heroes you want to play.
Alright. So no Widow, no Curie. Does that mean we're gonna see an Ana? I feel like Hello Kitties might play Ana because they've been playing Ana quite frequently. Ooh. Yeah, I was right. There's the Ana.
Out. Yeah, we're gonna see super heavy here coming out.
Yeah.
Izanami.
Good right clicks from Mei. You have no fall off damage from Toka. Yeah, and then just yeah.
Big difference here is gonna be the Sigma versus the Ramatra. See how that kind of plays out. I think the Ramatra played as a poke tank is very, you know, cooldown dependent. You can't have that shield up all the time, so you really have to decide when you want to commit to cutting off the angles and when you want to commit to using the form.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Ooh, got the Pinocchio skins.
I like to use this first corner.
Yeah. I think that's good. I like that, honestly, because it makes the fight go on longer. So you're not just automatically giving up space.
Yeah, definitely since this rework, it's been a little more awkward to play this first corner without the stairs going onto their high ground here.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough to contest the Yucatan here. Now the bashing gonna be cutting
great wall trying
off here. I don't know how Toka's gonna be able to get out here. He's super weak trying to just back into his team. He's stuck on the tree, but the Ananade gonna be able to keep him alive, and they somehow manage without getting anyone to fall here. Meanwhile, Evo and Ginny getting picks in the back.
Honestly, Ginny's wall, I think, basically saved like
the
Toka.
the protection wall.
Yeah,
act kind of a second shield here, as Evo is able to put in a ton of damage, and we know they're comfortable on the Zen. They've been picking it even without these heavy poke maps. The Zen with the the Lucio weapon charm is
yeah, adorable.
Really interesting combo. We do see the Hanzo now come out.
The Hanzo swap, I think that's not bad.
That pick potential even without the Widow available. Toka trying to get a little aggressive on this corner, just force them all back. Now Yucatan positioned on this high ground, seeing if he's able to find anything.
Yeah, and unfortunately with the Sigcom, Izanami has to play slower. Like,
Toka now stuck in this room again. They're forced the Maywall off this aggression. We'll see if they're able to make the grand escape here.
Oh, we forced out Trank early, which I think is interesting.
We'll see if Izanami's able to respond with anything here. They do have the window available. A really nice wall gonna cut off a lot of it, but now the Bastion breaking that down, and now Bastion through the window is so scary. Toka barely able to get the form up in time.
Oh, good nade coming out.
They are able to get Dogi through the hands, able to get those Ramatra punches. I think they're doing a super good job of, like, they're getting super low, and I think, like, Izanami just really wants to get these finishes. And meanwhile, like, the back line up on this high ground is just pounding damage into Izanami as they're walking forward.
It's basically like fish in a barrel right now, and with the Ana, like, that last nade was a really good play.
Yeah, the Ramatra is super bait when he's using that block. He's just near unkillable, especially with a little healing coming his way. He's just doing a really good job of making himself seem available and forcing a lot of the pressure onto himself. They are giving up a lot of space here. Luck's gonna come in, gonna catch two.
But nade saves, Ice Block saves.
Keep him up, no form available now. Bastion out gonna come out, see if they can get people off these high grounds. Genie's so weak, gonna get caught now. They do trade out the Zen though, so no trance available could be a little scary. Ramatra has the ult form, he might need to use it here. They are gonna get the nano onto him, he's gonna go for it. But he doesn't want to overcommit, he knows his backline's a little bit far away. He's gonna be fine trading out the tank and then just staying out Yucatan on this back high ground.
I like this, I like this flank, almost.
Yes, they kind of trade the fight neutral, but Yucatan on this high ground is really scary. Their Ramatra now gonna try and get up there and force him out.
Right. Well, I think the pick off of midi was really good from Yuki-tan. It did force Hello Kitties to back up a bit.
Yeah, Ramatra says, please get off my high ground. I'll come touch you if I need to.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're able to actually do it. Yucatan just constantly walking back up there as soon as the Ramatra backs off, being an absolute nuisance to him. Bob available on both support ults available for the side of Izanami. About to be coming up on a lot here. Something is going to need to happen. Bob now coming
out,
the cart.
Window's out.
Window going to come out quick. Another good wall onto it. Ginny's super quick to wall this off. Doobie taking a nap on the cart. Nade will find just him, so not super threat of falling out. Ginny stalling on the cart. It does have the little damaging ice block.
Good peel coming
and the
from
wall, getting away with absolute murder here.
Right?
And Evo just, they're so distracted by trying to get these finishes. Evo is just pouring in the damage. An absolute masterclass on the Zen here from Evo. So much damage coming out from him, and they're gonna be able to cap that round. And like even as an announcer, I find myself looking at parts of the fight, and then I look at the kill feed, and Evo's killed too. I don't even know where he's standing. It's just the Zen pours in so much damage. You have to be aware of where he's standing. It's like a third DPS on the team.
Oh yeah, especially with that Discord, and yeah, it's pretty gnarly. I mean, am I able to? I don't think I'm able to see the scoreboard. No, I feel
I'm
like
trying to see stats, but I can't pull anything up. But like, I know it's a lot.
Well, that and like I'm sure Evo has like a bajillion assists, because you could see them on the
Discord orb is very threatening.
Yeah, with Izanami, they just really struggled to find picks. And I think it's harder with Sigma, because Sig you have to play slower. Sig's not very much like walk up and in your face.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit more of a. I like to say like it's a give and take. You kind of push forward and you give back, and you push forward and you give back, and you got to kind of know when to go in and when to go out, and you have to be coordinated with your team while doing it. And they were doing a really good job finding that line.
Yeah.
I was interested to see the Ramatras picking the shotgun staff perk rather than the I think the longer barrier, a little slept on in kind of the poke matchup here.
I would agree.
It's not as flashy, but
no.
I think it's pretty strong.
And we have a shield out early, which is kind of unfortunate. Because the fight's now starting. Maybe.
Playing around a non-existent Widow, because last time we played Circuit, then there wasn't a Widow.
True. Now,
see if Ginny's able to find much work on the Junkrat here. Gonna be tough walking into these long ranges.
Good initial pick.
Finding the better of his counterpart.
Ooh, but Doobie is so low and has to walk out. Lance gets forced out.
Both tanks seeing each other's error right now.
Right.
Toka getting super low, and Doobie getting the cleave onto him.
Trap.
Oh, but the nade and healing. Toka already back to full. The Ana in this little side room is just able to keep him nice and healthy without getting contested very much. Oh, but now he's getting forced. The wall is forcing them to take a bit of an awkward angle and block off that Ana healing. And that is going to be a bit of a reset here from Hello Kitties. Evo and Midi both close to these ults, just absolutely pouring in the healing.
Yeah, but Doobie's like almost 70%, and like Toka only has 36, so it looks like there's just been a lot of blocking coming from.
Yeah, a lot of blocking.
Yeah.
Ramatra arm only gameplay. See if they're able to find him here. They really need to try and rotate onto this high ground. He is able to get there. See if his team is able to follow them. Doobie following in behind them, but Toka now has the line of his supports. And they're able to get forward a little bit here. Ginny able to find a nice line into the back line. And we're gonna need to see a window here come out. Yep, window will come
good
out.
Window. I like that spacing.
They cannot afford to lose this corner.
Oh, but the jump up.
Skella getting a little jumpy in the air. Doobie is anti and gets really weak here. Gonna get chased by Toka. Forced to use the ult to stay alive, but the nano coming out and the
trying to save.
To save everyone. A last minute desperation blizzard here, but I don't. Does freeze the entire
that's a
team.
Good freeze, but unfortunately no one's there to like follow up on it.
Like a 5v1 at this point, so they're not quite able to get the finishes they need.
Bob's
Bob
on point, but
off.
can't do much there.
I don't suspect to see another touch here. Lucio is. Oh, he was 99 to his ult, not quite able to get it online. That
No.
might have been the stall. They needed to at least have another fight
Yeah.
there. But it is going to be Hello Kitties taking
Mhm.
the series 3-1.
Play of the game.
And
Oh,
Evo
Evo.
deservedly with the play of the game
Yes.
here.
One thing I like of with them having skins on is I can live vicariously through them because I don't have this Pinocchio skin.
Yeah, look at these Discord
Mm.
orbs. Look how fast this Sigma just goes
I
away.
know.
You're feeling safe with your big health pool, and
Oh
then
my
you are
god,
just
that
gone with that
mechanics.
Discord orb. So strong.
Yeah, very good mechanics from Evo. Okay, Hello Kitties 3. We are on the last map. Okay, Izanami your map pick? Yeah, I think once they were able to eliminate Yucatan, they were like you were noting. Hello Kitties needed to rotate on that high ground, and the moment you were saying it, it's like they can read your mind, or your words are echoing into Hello Kitties because they made that rotation, and then it's just kind of a game over. Alright, and we look at maps. So the last one is Push, and you got Coliseo, Esperanza, and New Queen Street. I think they're all they're all
Yeah, push
fine.
maps, it's kind of pick your poison. Just
Mhm.
depends, I think, a little bit on what your team has practiced. I think they do favor certain strategies a little bit, but honestly, I think for the most part you can get away with a lot on especially Coliseo and New Queen Street. Esperance is a
Mhm.
little, I think, pushes itself a little towards higher mobility, but I think
Mhm.
Coliseo and New Queens
You
you're
can
typically you can play it a little
brawl.
brawlier, you can play it along sight
Mhm.
lines. Just kind of depends how you wanna put your team comp together.
Yeah. I'm gonna predict Coliseo. That's what I'm gonna pick. I'm a little bummed out. It's nice to see other like I don't think we're gonna see any dive tonight whatsoever. We get like little hints of it with Tracer. We saw a peek of Winston, um, a little bit of Lucio, a little bit of Kiri, but like not all on one team.
We need looking for Gold Scrims Korea.
Yeah.
Then we'll get some dive.
Ooh. Okay. Speaking of dives, well, no, I guess it's completely unrelated. But here's my cat.
Hey,
Oh wait,
Esperanza, maybe
that's
we'll get a
real.
little something. Maybe
Okay,
we'll get a little
maybe
something.
my sweet baby boy. I love cats too. He'll be on stream sooner or later. This is my Odin, my sweet Odin boy. Yes. All right. So Esperanza. Okay. Well, mm, hello, kitties. Your hero ban. All right. Esperanza. Wow. I definitely. If I were a betting person, I lost that one.
Yeah,
Hi.
definitely an interesting hero pick.
Mm-hmm.
A map pick. I wonder if that means we'll be seeing a different look, or perhaps it's just the
Maybe.
map they favor the most. I mean, those high
Mm-hmm.
grounds can be good. We have seen the Sojourn and stuff come out, so obviously you can
Right.
definitely get a
Soj,
benefit from
Ash,
Sojourn.
Hanzo, Tracer. Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting if we see something like that Winston come out again.
Yeah. I I think seeing the Winston, I hope if they do go Winston, we see more synergy lineup. It was kind of interesting on King's Road to see a Winston and then what's following up is like an Ash and a Zen and I can't remember the other characters or the other heroes, but I was like, ah.
Yeah, definitely not your traditional lineup. Gonna see the
Hmm.
BAP band coming out here.
Ooh, they're banning Scala.
I
Track
think
out.
that's smart. I think
Mm-hmm.
we've seen Skella on that
Yeah.
basically every single map.
Mm-hmm.
Skella with the sad face in chat.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Scala's Baptiste is very good. I mean, those lamps, my goodness, chef's kiss. Alright, let's see. You have been banned. Rip.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think I think that's smart. Definitely handicaps Izanami a little bit with that traditional Baptiste brawl.
Yeah. Ooh, our ban is Junkrat. You know, Ginny gets banned on
And the Ginny
Junkrat.
Ginny counter band.
Yeah. Okay. Junkrat. Junkrat. Oh, it's in alphabetical order. There's Junkrat. There we go. Bap Junk. Okay. Okay, now I gotta ask Izanami their lineup. Hmm. I think it's really good that Izanami were able to take one map off of Hello Kitties, because they are going up against a pretty tough team right now, for being season or like third place champions.
Oh yeah, I
Mm.
think both these teams are playing pretty well.
Mhm.
We'll have to see if we can adapt a little bit.
Mhm.
I think Evo got a chance to finally show out on the Zen there and
Yeah,
really
I got
kind
to
of take
really
control of the map
shine.
with those
Mhm.
discords.
Yeah. So even though like Zen didn't get their like map turf or home turf, I mean Circuit is also like a nice,
Yeah, that's his
it's
true
pretty good
home
one
turf.
too for him. I think we're gonna see some swaps. Let's see, Lucio for dog. Lucio for dog. Okay. Don't. I'm presuming there's no more other. Okay, let's see. R is in Nami. Hmm. I think that's the only swap they wanted. Also, I love that Izanami does the matching icons. I think that is just so cute. So they did so like because they're going up against Hello Kitties, they did these like really cute pink cats. So adorable.
Welcome to Esperanza.
Alright, let me move thing over. Okay, there we go. Alright, okay, we have automatic Genji. Ooh, you think these are troll picks? Because I know, like, it resets.
Yeah, we'll see. I love calling for the troll picks when
Mm-hmm.
the enemy team can see. Nothing like a little life weaver ball.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what they got.
Definitely be interesting to see. I wonder if losing the Baptiste will make them kind of switch up from this very
Maybe.
stacked brawl that they've been like to be playing.
Yeah, I know. I did see a Juno from Izanami, but they did play Juno Bap, so it'll be, yeah, they might play like Juno Moira. I could see that. Or maybe even Kiri, because we've seen Ana being
Ready
played.
for battle.
Oh, we have Lucio. Lucio Moira. Okay, so we do see a dive. Now so well, not really a dive. It's like a dive hybrid. So like basically Toka and Jenny are gonna have to match each other with the jump in.
3, 2,
And
They're
we got
kind of
like
a
a
very
6.
independent comp
Mhm.
from.
Oh,
Oh
we
no,
have
they
the
are gonna
swap.
swap back to the Rom.
Mhm.
And Izanami almost running sort of a 6-man-esque comp here.
Yeah. 6-man or well, yeah. I know there's 6-man. There's also like the zombie comp, which I don't think this one is exactly that. Ooh, and Ginny.
Ginny almost catching up to
Yeah.
Sombra there. That Far Mercy, very tough to deal with, getting a lot of damage. Gonna force that Wraith form out super early. I think the Reaper is gonna struggle to find a bit of value here unless he can really get onto that Ramatra.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I do agree. I was like, I don't know. Wait, why am I too dense?
I wonder if we'll see some swaps after this first fight here.
Ooh, Meeks gets a clean pick
able
off
to
of
find the
Yucatan.
first pick here, and Toka able to find one as well. Izanami just gonna have to kind of throw themselves, see if they can farm a bit of ult charge here, get a little bit of stall. then reset. I wonder if
Ooh, Lady's gonna be so low.
Lady able to stay alive there, get deep
Yeah.
into the back line. A little scary for a second
A
there.
little scary, yeah.
We're gonna see the Mercy swap over. I wonder if they'll be matching the Pharah or if that's
No, they're gonna
for
pocket the
the
Yucatan
Ashe.
Ash. And we see
The
a
Bastion. Alright,
full
double hit
team
scan coming
swap.
out
So we're gonna have the
with
Ramachas
the
matching.
Ramatra. Oh no, the Juno gonna come out instead of the Mercy.
Okay.
Gonna like to have that speed, see if they can maybe run onto Meeks.
Yeah.
That is gonna be first. A little slow getting out of spawn there. That's gonna be first checkpoint.
Yeah.
A little tough to give up.
Right.
It
was very winnable. And we already have the Nemesis
better. I'm
one.
not even sure where that was from.
Ooh.
Just a deep choke shot.
Yeah.
Gonna sour the push of Izanami a little bit here. That orb coming in.
And Coalescence is already out too.
Leap through the shield. Skella first to pop his own.
But Lady
not
can't
able to
make it
bring
out.
Bastion up. That's gonna be a lot of distance here for Hello Kitties right off rip.
Yeah. Still
They are gonna
winnable
be
though.
kind of answered this quick.
Yeah, I've seen in comp games, like this is still very winnable. It's just trying to find your footing. Ooh, you could
This
so
last
low.
half of push is definitely really difficult to finish. Evo on a bit of a flank here, looking to get a little bit of that
Pretty sure
coalescence
Barrage is
charge
coming
back.
out here.
Bob coming in, gonna run deep all the way back to the spawn. Barrage
Yeah,
available.
and gets a pick from...
Get that Bob in a really awkward spot, so they're forced to take it out, but not before Yucatan falls.
Yeah, and
Barrage
Ginny's going
coming
for
out
an
from the
out.
side, Ginny on the flank. Gonna find one and get Lady Bastion super weak, and the res gonna come in from midi.
Wow. Pistol
Oh,
coming
it's
out
like
from
Hello
midi.
Kitties might just absolutely walk this in. They have so
Like
many
the
ults
Glock coming
available. Do be doing their best to keep everything up, but dead before the beam
they
comes
can't.
out, and holy moly, that was a fast
That
map
was
from Hello Kitties.
the fast W. That's really tough for Izanami. I mean, they just couldn't find their ground, and
That Pharah Mercy can be brutal to push back into. Like you're trying to find your footing, but they're already holding the angles. You're trying to get your hit scan up, but it can be super tough.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a look you haven't seen all game, and they just whip out the Pharah on you, and you're not really ready for it. They're trying to find the swaps, but man, really nice work there from Hello Kitties. Just able to completely control that last map.
Definitely know what they're comfortable on. So that'll be a 4, 1 Izanami, 4 Hello Kitties. We'll see if somebody from Hello Kitties wants to do an interview. Let me hit the GG's. Alright. Manager chat, or I'll do at Jenny. Anyone from your team wants to interview? Okay. Yeah, if I were Izanami, what would I do? I don't know what to... That was so quick from Hello Kitties. Like...
Yeah, I mean that ult advantage rolling into that last point there, they just had everything available, and when you try to do those comp swaps, they were a little slow to get the ults online, so you lose a few bad fights, and man, they just kind of got steamrolled to the end there. Didn't really have much of an opportunity to get back into it.
Ooh, Morgie wants to interview. Alright, so this is where I usually take people on a journey. I drag them from BC to BC. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hi! Congratulations to you and your team on a victory, especially that last map's very, very dominant. Wow. Yeah, it was fun to watch and cast. Thomas is a phenomenal caster. So tell us what your name, whether it's Discord or Battle.net, whichever, what role you play for the team and how you felt like tonight went.
I'm Morgie, and I am the tank, or like flex kind of for DPS too, for Kitties. And I don't usually play Ram, so it was kind of fun to be able to play him in a tourney match.
Nice. Were there any points where you felt like you and your team struggled, or like some takeaways for next for future maps in the tourney?
Oh, for sure. I feel like definitely it was hard against that Ash. The
Mm.
Ash was pretty difficult.
Mhm.
A lot of strong Ash play, I think, on both sides. There were a lot of fights that started off with an Ash pick in the kill feed.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And it's cool to. So you said you haven't played much for Ramatra, and it was really fun to play in a tournament. Um, what are the other tanks that you typically are, I guess, enjoy playing?
Usually I really only play Roadhog.
Ah, we did see the hog initially, and then it looked like Izanami did a pretty good job at shutting down the
Yeah,
hog.
definitely.
Yeah,
You
but
must be in all my ranked games.
Eh, oh yes, infamous. Well, that is exciting. And then anything else you'd like to say for your team or future matches?
Um, I felt like it was really fun playing against the other team.
Hmm.
Felt really balanced, like it was, you know, like a fun match.
Yeah, definitely at the beginning it felt really well even, and but you Hello Kitties, like you guys seem to do a great job at adapting to what Izanami was dishing out, and towards the end you definitely found your groove and just held W the entire time.
Right, definitely.
Yeah. Well, Tom, do you have anything you want to add?
I mean, it was fun watching you guys play. Hopefully, I'll be back to cast you guys again later on. But it was
Hmm.
it was good. It's always fun to see returning teams from previous seasons and see how
Yeah.
you kind of know what you're getting with like Ginny on the Junkrat and stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's fun to see team identities kind of play out again.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, congratulations. Tom and I will pick out some MVPs for tonight. And GG's, enjoy your celebration. Good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Bye.
You
All right,
have
I'm
a good
gonna.
night.
You too. Did I do it? Did I drag it properly? Okay, I did. Okay, cool. All right. Well, yeah, that's interesting to know that Morgie is typically. I think I do remember, like, memories are starting to flash back that they did play Hog a lot for last season, and I guess teams were able to shut down the Hog. So good job on Izanami for shutting it down and forcing them to play a tank that they typically don't play. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, coming in and being able to adapt, I thought their Ramatra gameplay was really strong. So
Mhm.
especially
Yeah.
for a character they apparently don't play very much, I thought it was really impressive.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, now we have the decision of who do we want for MVP. So if you go into like, there's a roster channel, a team roster that you can scroll through to kind of. I do that for my own self, um, to figure out. But like, so we'll go with Hello Kitties first. Who do we want? Who do you think would be a good MVP?
Let me find the Hello Kitties roster here. I mean, I think we saw a pretty balanced performance from everyone. I thought the DPS were both very strong. I
Mhm.
think depending on the map, we saw a lot of different standouts depending on the team.
Mhm.
Ugh. Hmm. 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 I really don't know. Who are you leaning towards?
uh, hmm. I liked Meeks. I also liked. I mean, okay, I like Jenny's tire. They're the ones who got like. The Kiriko was really good too, and I have to remind me. So like, we see their Discord tag, but I need to see maybe who.
Yeah, I'm clicking through the pictures, reminding me of everyone. I mean,
Yeah.
Evo was really
Oh,
dominant on the
Evo
map.
was
I
Evo.
thought Toko was really solid on all the
Oh,
maps, playing the tanks.
yeah. So
Meeks had
MIDI.
stand-up moments. Ginny, of
Mhm.
course. Like I think honestly, it was just a really solid performance from everyone. I think.
Yeah. So MIDI was they played Ana and they also. Yeah, I'm gonna say one of the support lines personally. I think the supports did a excellent job at so like I remember for on like Servasa, without the Kiriko dying, they basically kept Toka alive on the
Yeah,
Ramatra.
I think
Yeah.
I mean a lot of strong tank gameplay is
Mhm.
you know not to be too support main biased, but
Yeah, yeah, we
you
are
know
very.
a lot of strong tank gameplay is
Uh-huh.
founded on the you know having good supports
Good
and being able to
support
trust
follow up.
them to keep you alive.
Mhm. Yeah. So let's see. Do we want MIDI or do we want Evo? Hmm. So
Let's go with the Evo for
you like Evo? Okay.
the standout
Let
circuit
me see.
royale
Okay.
gameplay.
Evo it is then. I have to figure out what their battle. So Evo is Vanessa on Discord. Okay. Oh, I guess I was a little bit wrong. So, because I thought they were all flex. Izanami's all flex. So Evo played both DPS and support, but yeah, I did like their Zen. Their Zen was so clean. All right. So for Izanami, who are we thinking?
Mm. Scope is Izanami. Let's see. Izanami also. I mean, I think both teams like you saw strong performances from different members of the cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's easy to like pick the tanks because they're so visible. Like especially with the one tank now in Overwatch 2, it's just
Mm-hmm.
like you very much notice if the tank is not doing their job. I thought Dogturds did a
A
great job
really good
tonight, making
job.
me say
Mm-hmm.
his name over and over again.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Yucatan would probably be my MVP for
Mm-hmm. For
they were
tonight.
super standout on that Ash. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of the fights that Izanami was able to win was off the backbone of a starting pick from them. I think
Yeah.
they really were kind of holding it down in the DPS line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I was thinking Yucatan or potentially KD because what stands out most from KD was the walls on May were so good on King's Row. Um, but like I guess for overall consistency, I do agree Yucatan did great. And also bias, I think Skella did really well with like keeping the tank alive
They
with
had
the
to ban the
lamp.
BAF. They had to ban the
Mm-hmm.
BAF.
Yep. But all right, so we'll go with Yucatan for the DPS. Great. Yeah, I do agree. They did good at like keeping alive and also getting those eliminations, initial picks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super fun game to watch.
Yeah. Thank you for casting, by the way.
Yeah,
It's so nice. I always like I listen back to casting, and you're like one of my like all-time favorite. You're so fluid. You're able to catch things so quickly, and it's like one day I will get there. But wow, it is such an honor to get to cast with you, and I hope as the tournament season goes on, schedules will align and we can cast more together.
yeah. I'd be happy to be back.
Awesome.
We'll have to see when teams get them scheduled.
Yeah.
Go to your games teams and
Mhm.
maybe we'll be able to pick you.
Yeah. That would be great. Okay, well, I will sign off here. GG's everybody. Thank you everyone who showed up for chat and we'll see you next time. Bye.